Inside you, right this second, there's this microscopic marvel that's working its tail off. It's a tiny supermolecule, an incredibly complex protein that's at the very heart of every breath you take, every move you make. So today, we're going to tell its story. We're diving deep into hemoglobin. Okay, let's just start with a number that is, well, it's pretty much impossible to really wrap your head around. 280 million. That is how many hemoglobin molecules are crammed into just one of your red blood cells. And you've got trillions of those cells. I mean, the scale is just absolutely staggering. So that brings up the big question, right? If you've got hundreds of millions of these things in every single cell, what on earth is their job? What is the critical mission for this tiny, super abundant molecule? Well, let's find out. To really get what it does, we first have to see how it's made. So, welcome to the hemoglobin factory, a process that's happening constantly deep inside your bone marrow. Okay, so at its core, the definition is actually pretty simple. Hemoglobin is a protein, and its main job is to carry oxygen. It's built from two key parts. You've got the globin part, which is the protein frame itself, and then you have the heme part, which holds the really crucial ingredient, iron. Now, what's so cool is where these two parts come from. The globin protein, on one hand, is built using the instructions written directly in your DNA. That's your unique genetic blueprint calling the shots. But the heme group, that part relies on the outside world. It absolutely needs iron, which you have to get from the food you eat. It's this perfect marriage of your biology and your environment. And it's so important because things can go wrong on either side. You can have genetic issues that affect the globin or an iron deficiency from your diet that stops you from making heme. And making that heme group, it's like this incredibly precise biological assembly line. Your body grabs a couple of starter chemicals, molds them into this perfect little ring structure, and then, for the grand finale, it slots a single atom of iron right in the middle. And boom, that's it. You've got heme, the part that's actually going to grab onto the oxygen. So, with our molecule all built, it is time to put it to work. Let's get to its main job, and honestly, the best way to think about it is as the body's ultimate oxygen taxi service. Check this out. Each hemoglobin molecule is what scientists call a tetramer. Tetra just means four, so it has four separate parts, and each one of those parts can carry exactly one molecule of oxygen. So think of it as a taxi with four seats ready to pick up four oxygen passengers at a time. So how does it know when to pick up oxygen and when to drop it off? This is the genius part. It's like a tiny molecular transformer. When it's in your lungs, where there's oxygen everywhere, it snaps into its oxy state. In this shape, it has a really high affinity, like a magnetic attraction to oxygen, so it loads up. But then, when it travels to your tissues where your cells are starved for oxygen, the whole environment changes. This causes it to flip into its deoxy state. This new shape has a low affinity, so it lets go of the oxygen, dropping it off exactly where it's needed most. It's brilliant. And while being an oxygen taxi is its main gig, this molecule is a serious multitasker. Turns out it also helps haul the waste product, carbon dioxide, away from your cells. It carries other important signal molecules, and it even helps keep the pH of your blood perfectly balanced. It really is a biological workhorse. But all this hard work takes a toll. After about 120 days or so, a red blood cell and all its hemoglobin are getting old and need to be retired. But your body is way too smart to just throw them away. No, what happens next is an incredible story of recycling. And this is where you see the body's incredible efficiency. Absolutely nothing goes to waste. The globin protein gets broken down into its basic amino acid building blocks, ready to be used to build brand new proteins. The heme group is taken apart, and its most precious component, that single atom of iron, is carefully recovered. It's like a super advanced recycling plant, making sure that this vital element is saved and reused to build the next generation of hemoglobin. Have you ever wondered why a bruise changes color? From that dark purple to green and then to yellow? Well, you are literally watching this hemoglobin breakdown process happen in real time. Those different colors are just the chemical byproducts created as the heme is dismantled. And fun fact, this exact same process is what's responsible for some of the distinct colors of your body's waste. So, let's zoom out and pull this all together. Why does understanding this one single molecule matter so much? This quote really nails the whole story. Let's break it down. Tetrameric respiratory pigment. That's our four-part molecule that's built for breathing. It binds four O2 molecules reversibly.
That's our oxygen taxi, picking up and dropping off passengers without a permanent connection. And it's catabolized to bilirubin. That's the final stage, the recycling process we just talked about. The whole incredible journey, summed up right there.
Because at the end of the day, this isn't just some abstract biology lesson. This molecule is at the absolute center of your health. Your energy levels, your ability to focus, your overall feeling of vitality. It all comes down to how well those 280 million molecules in every single red blood cell are doing their job. Which really leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? The story of hemoglobin is a masterclass in efficiency and sustainable design. If our bodies have perfected this level of recycling, all on a molecular scale, what other amazing secrets and powerful lessons are just waiting for us to discover right inside ourselves?